Hi everyone. Hope you are all good. The other part and that you can find all the lessons on A plus B dot stock format. You have to log in there using your email address and password was provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab, scroll down to grade 7 math and then click on the all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter Pythagorean theorem. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with chapter Pythagorean theorem. Please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can down important examples. Definition was right now is Pythagorean theorem. Let's just start with the first lesson that is Pythagorean theorem find the length of the hypotenuse. So what is the length of the hypotenuse? So we use Pythagorean theorem to solve the right triangles, right? That have the angle that measures exactly 90 degrees, right? One of the angle that measures exactly 90 degrees. So we use the Pythagorean theorem when we have to solve the right triangles. So that hypotenuse is the side that is opposite to the right angle and has the greatest side, right? We need to find this hypotenuse that is C, the two sides. We need to use the Pythagorean theorem that is C square equals A square plus B square is the hypotenuse, right? So you have to do just replace the values. That is A square plus B square equals C square. So A is 3, B is 4, 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16. 16 plus 9 is 25, right? So 9 plus 16 is 25. 25 is the square root of. So C equals 5. The correct option is now let's just start with the test questions. What is the length of the hypotenuse? C square equals A square plus B square. That is 6 square plus 8 square. That is 36 plus 64. C square equals 100. That is C equals an option, but we use the correct option, but we use the correct option. That is the What is the length of the hypotenuse? That is 3 square equals 3 square plus 4 square. 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16. So 16 plus 9 is 20. We need to calculate the square of both sides. So square is 25 equals. So C equals 5. The correct option is option number 2. That is 5. Option number 2 is the correct option. What is the length of the hypotenuse? That is C square equals 8 square plus 6 square. 8 square is 64. 6 square is 30. So C square equals 100. So C equals, that is C equals 10. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is C equals. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself today. Let me just remember this lesson. The next lesson is Pythagorean theorem. Find the missing level. When the hypotenuse is given, to calculate the missing side. Let's just start with the test questions. What is the length of the missing length? If the hypotenuse is 5 and base is 5 now we have to find the missing level. Hypotenuse is 5 the base is 4 this one we will have, right? And a square plus b square equals c square. Hypotenuse is 5 square equals a square plus 4 square. A square equals 25. Move that four square other side to that is 16. So 25 minus 9 16 is 9. So A square is A equals 3. Option number 1 is the correct option. The correct option is A equals 3. Option number 1 is the correct option. Option number 1 is the correct option. What is the formula for Pythagorean theorem, which is the correct option? That is A square plus B square equals C square. Option number 2 is the correct option. Option number 2 is the correct option. What is the length of the missing link? So we are given the hypotenuse. That is C square equals A square plus B square. That is 10 square equals 6 square plus B square. That is 100 minus 36. That is 64 equals B square. That is B equals 8. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 8. When the hypotenuse is given, calculating the same side, you add or subtract. You have to subtract. Option number 2 is the correct option. What is the length of the missing leg? So which is the correct option? Otherwise, the correct option that is C millimeter. What is the length of racing line? Option number one is the correct option. That is 8. The height of a triangle is 6 miles and the hypotenuse is 10 miles. What is the length of the base? That is 8. Option number one is the correct option. Okay, we are done with the lesson. Let's just move on to the next lesson. So let's just move on to the next lesson. That is Pythagorean theorem word problems. Let's just start with the test questions. You can have a look on the tutorial by yourself. Shauna likes to skate at games too. That is due south of her school and due west of her favorite ice cream parlor. If the game store is 15 kilometers from her school and the straight line distance between the school and the ice cream parlor is 17 kilometers. How far is the game store from the ice cream parlor? So we need to find the value of the missing side. That is b square equals a square plus c square. 17 square equals 15 square plus c square. 17 square minus 15 square equals c square. So 17 square is 289 minus 225, right? I think that is 64. So 64 is C equals 8. The correct option, the right option number 2 is the correct option. So C equals the option number 2 is the correct option. Inches wide and 15 inches long diameter. How tall is the well? That is 9 inches wide and it measures 15 inches along the diagonal. How tall is the well? We need to find this, right? That is 15 square equals 3 square plus 9 square. 3 square equals 225 minus 81. That is 144. So B equals 12. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is B equals 12. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 12. Two cars leave the same parking lot with one heading north and the other heading east. After several minutes, the eastbound car has traveled 3 miles. If the two cars are now a straight line distance is 5 miles apart, how far has the northbound car traveled? So the correct option is 4. Option number 2 is the correct option. Two boats leave the same marina. One heads north and the other heads east. After some time, the northbound has traveled 16 miles and the eastbound has traveled 12 miles. How far apart are the two? We need to calculate the C. C square equals A square plus B square. That is 16 square plus 12 square. 16 square is 256 and 12 square is 144. I think it is equal to 400 to 56 plus 144. Yes, that is 400. So 400 equals that is C equals to the option number two is the correct. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself over today. Let me just go on to the next lesson. Converse of the Pythagorean theorem. Is it a right triangle? Just start with the test questions. A triangle has sides with a length of 9 feet, 12 feet, and 15 feet. Is it a right triangle? So the longest side is always this, right? That is c square equals a square plus b square. That is 15 square equals 12 square plus 9 square. 225 12 square plus 81. So plus 1 is 5. That is 225. So both sides are exactly equal. So that means yes, that is the right and the triangle. The correct option is yes. A triangle has a side length of 7, 13, and 14 millimeter. Is this a right triangle? So let's just check if it is a right triangle. That is c square equals a square plus b square. The longest one is always c. 14 square equals 13 square plus 7 square. So 14, 196, 13 square is 169. plus 49. So 169 plus 49 equals 218. So 196 is talking from. So no, that is not the right one. Our triangle has the side lengths of 4 inches, 11 inches, and 14 inches. Is it a right triangle? So let's just check that is 14 is the longest side, so 14 square equals 11 square plus 2. 196, that is 121 plus 60. So 196 is not equal to 127, right? So that is not a right triangle. The correct option is no. So no, that is not the right triangle. The correct option is here. A triangle has the side length of 14 and 22 meters. If is it a right triangle? So that is 20 square equals 16 square plus 14 square. 14 square, I think 196. So no, that is not a right triangle. The correct option is no. The correct option is no. Should the police the correct option? I've done the left side with length of 6 centimeter, 11 centimeter, and 16 centimeter. Is it a right triangle? A triangle has the side lengths of 6 centimeter, 11 centimeter, and 16 centimeter. Is it a right triangle? No, that is not a right answer. The correct option is so. A triangle has the side lengths of 7 feet, 14 feet, and 7 feet. Is it a right triangle? So 14 is 196 plus 14, and that is 245. So no, they are not equal. The correct option is no. Triangle has the side lengths of 7, 17, and 18. What is a triangle? No, that is not a right triangle. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself today. So we were working on bricks in the math. Chapter we were working on Pythagorean theorem. The lessons we have followed today are Pythagorean theorem find the length of hyperbolas. Pythagorean theorem find the wavelength. Pythagorean theorem work problems. The rules of Pythagorean theorem. Is it the right answer? Okay, you can complete the lessons by yourself today. So we were working on. Please make sure before the next session you complete all the practice questions or the lessons we just did. That is more important to the next session. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can simply click on the lecture. Tutors are available there to help you, or either you can write down the question in the chat box to answer all your questions. So any questions? No questions.